Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Friday, April 11, 2014. Let's jump right into the charts. Right now, the futures are trading lower by 8.75 points, right around that 18.50, 18.25 level. So nonetheless, futures are starting the day a little bit lower. Yesterday was a bloodbath decline. Any way you slice it or dice it, the markets were chopped. You did have the NASDAQ composite yesterday finish lower by more than 3%. The S&P 500 was down by a little bit more than 2%. And of course, the markets were just decimated in a broad-based decline. So any way you slice it or dice it, we had some real good sell-offs. We're starting to see some good sell-offs last night in the Nikkei 225 index, which is the Asian markets. So Japan last night sold off very, very sharply. That index finished down just below 14,000, 13,960. Good to see that quantitative easing that they're doing is working so well. You also have the European market selling off in pretty good fashion today. German DAX is down about 1.9%. The Spanish IBEX 35 is down about 1.9% as well. The FTSE 100, remember, England can print their own money. That index is down about 1.25%. So we're seeing pretty good declines here on a Friday. Generally on Fridays, we don't look for big sell-offs, but we have seen some big sell-offs in this year so far on Fridays. So let's not take anything for granted going forward. We'll see how the market plays out. Just a little while ago, or I should say a couple of minutes ago, we did have the PPI reading for the month of March. I guess it was up about a 0.5%. March core PPI was up about 0.6%. So I don't know if we can make a lot out of it. Really, I think the market just cares about the dollar-yen. I'm still sticking with that theory until somebody can prove me wrong. That's what we're going to go with. Right now, you see the dollar-yen trading higher by about 8 or 9 cents. It's getting a bid after that PPI was announced. So that's going to help take stocks off the lows, and you can see that the S&P 500 E-mini futures are trying to follow that pattern. So that's basically what we're looking at. If dollar-yen comes back down, expect lower prices in the markets. Ultimately, I do expect lower prices ultimately. So regardless, we'll see where it goes. There are a lot of stocks in the news. I'm going to start off with this first one, Data Watch. Ticker symbol is D. Oh, I typed in C. DWCH. And what you'll see here is this stock is just getting hammered. Closed at $20.71. Today it is trading at, believe it or not, $15. I mean, that's just a brutal sell-off. There will be some support around $13 and then more around $10. Be very, very careful with this equity. This is not your everyday trade. Stock is a light volume equity to begin with, but I just can't believe some of the damage I'm seeing on some of these charts. So pretty ugly decline. Again, these stocks are very, very dangerous. Be careful with, especially a stock that does not trade 1 million shares a day. And this is a stock that does not do it. But I just had to show you because it's just such a big move, lower. Next one I'm looking at here is this NQ Mobile. The stock closed, I believe, at $16 yesterday. Now it's trading down at $13.15. Another stock that is just getting hammered. I think I found a little level for this one. It may not be the greatest. These are hard equities to find levels on, but I think it's worth noting. The only level I think that looks deserving of a bounce would be $11.28 on this NQ. So keep that on your radar. You would just look for a scalp bounce there, nothing more than that. But nonetheless, around $11.28, I do think that is a spot where the equity could get a little bounce. So keep that on watch. We'll see how it plays out. Again, $11.30. Make that $11.28 for NQ. All right, let's go to Gap stores. I'm going to have a morning Gap level for this in the chat room. But this stock closed down at $39.28. Right now, it is trading at $37.75. I have some lower levels. If we get there, that will be posted up in the chat room at 9 o'clock. We will try to scalp that one. Let's take a look at JP Morgan, the big granddaddy bank, the real Bank of America. Stock is getting smoked, toasted, roasted, whatever you want to call it. Stock closed down at $57.40. They reported earnings this morning. Right now, it is trading at $55.25. I will have levels for JP Morgan on the scalp long side, but it will be posted up in the chat room, and that will be at 9 a.m. I want to take a look at this Solar City, because solar stocks have been hot, but Solar City looks like Detroit right now. It's falling apart. Right now, the stock is trading at $53.60. It closed at $55.13. I don't see much here for the stock, so be very, very careful. The stock will have a little technical level at around $50 if it does get down there, but ultimately it can go lower. Let's take a look now at BOFI. Looks like they bought a component or an asset from H&R Block. The stock is trading higher. I'm going to have a gap level for this. We're going to try to short this stock today. So I'm going to have a gap level for this one. I'm going to post this one up in the chat room. I think I've isolated a good level for this. But nonetheless, it's a strong gap up. Definitely a good move. But they acquired an asset. And generally, when you acquire an asset, price will go back down if you can find the right level. So while the stock closed at $74.44, it's trading at $83. I think I have a good level to sell this stock short. So we're going to look to short this one this morning. We'll post that up at around 9 o'clock in the morning. Next one I'm looking at is Fastenal, FAST. Good pop up this morning. Stock closed at $50.73. You can see here it went up to 50. It closed at $50.73, went up to 53. Now it's pulling back a little bit. I think the stock is overcooked. I really don't think there's a lot of upside, but the only mathematical level that I could come up with was around $54.75. So, and that's a big double top going back to 2012. That's the only resistance I could find at this point in time. So, not much that we're going to do with this one unless it gets up there. Then we may play it in the chat room. Something to keep on the radar at least. Let's take a look at this ARMH. Okay, ARM Holdings. This is semiconductor play. The stock right now closed at $49.67. I do have a level for this one to keep on the radar. $46.90. Watch that level. There should be some short-term support. After that, the stock can fall down to 43. That's the only two levels I see for scalp plays. And remember, scalp plays are just quick day trades between 10 and 30 minutes. You're not marrying the stock for the entire session, and you're not looking to hold it overnight. These are just quick scalp trades. That's all I'm giving you in these videos. Okay, let's go over to the oil market today. Light sweet crude trading down just 15 cents. Not really a big deal. Oil's holding up very, very well. Currently, light sweet crude is trading at 103.27 a barrel. You got to think if that's going to hurt the U.S. consumer. High oil prices, high gasoline prices. In this video yesterday, I talked about gasoline prices moving up steadily, and nobody's even talking about it, but that takes money right out of the consumer's pocket. Remember, if the economy is going to work the way the central bankers planned it, people need to spend money. Looking at the USO today, it's holding up really well. A little resistance at 37.50 if it does get up there, but there's really nothing terrible here for oil, at least from what I can tell. Let's take a look at the gold market today. Gold right now is flat on the session. It's trading down 20 cents, $13.20 an ounce. Let's go to the all-important GLD, which is a good proxy for trading gold futures. What you'll see here is that the GLD is trading around 127.18. It closed at 127.01, so basically it's flat from where it finished yesterday. Nothing really wrong with gold from what I could tell. If it goes sideways, that would just be building a nice case for gold to go strong, gold to go higher. But nothing terrible from what I'm seeing in the gold market right now, and we'll see how it all plays out. This is going to be a very interesting day. We'll see if people want to hold into a Friday. I'm not sure that's going to happen, but nonetheless, stay on your toes today. Today's definitely a day to be a little bit alert, especially into the closing bell, and we'll see how these markets all shake out and play out. Right now, just to recap, futures are down about 9 points, continuing their slide from yesterday's decline, and we'll see ultimately where they wind up by the closing bell. But it's going to be an interesting day. There's a lot to look at. There's a lot of stocks on the radar. And one thing I noticed today, real quick before I end this video, is that CNBC right away brought out Jeremy Siegel. This guy is probably the most bullish guy on the earth, has been forever. And, the market has one day of selling, they got to come out and bring the permanent bulls on. I'm surprised they didn't have Warren Buffett on at the same time. With that said, everybody, I'm going to leave it there, short and sweet. Have a great trading day, and we'll see you on the charts.